All right, thank you for being a member. Our weekend homework just got a serious upgrade. So each day you can replay today's session using our advanced scalping system, the core strategy, marking your levels and trading your end of the day charts. You can also replay the battle plan each day, or you can wait till the weekend and replay the entire week. I added a new feature. I have injected into it a Tradovate like Super Dom. You'll see the button right here, and I click that, and there's your Tradovate Super Dom. So what we're going to do is we're going to retrade Monday here, but before we do that, I want to point out a couple things. First thing is you can now start practicing this weekend trading the NES Nano. It has a different tick value and different ticks. For example, if you look over here, it's got 7807, then it's got a half tick, and then it goes to the full point. That's the way it works on NES, and then MES and ES as normal, okay? You can select your number of contracts. There's also a little settings wheel. Now, there's two things you cannot adjust. I believe you should have this check marked if you're going to use Tradovate, and that is allows you to left click on this side of the DOM to place your order and this side of your DOM to place orders, okay? I believe that works best. I never liked the right click option. I couldn't figure it out, so I've removed it. So that setting you can adjust. You can adjust two things. You can turn on or off your estimated P&L. I like seeing the P&L. I don't know how some of y'all trade without it, but you do you. And a little histogram value showing you the contracts that are traded. Okay, so you can adjust those. Also at the very bottom, you can do an automated trade strategy. So I click the little settings wheel. You'll see that I have 3 contracts that are being entered with 3 different stops. I like to spread out my stops so I can see them individually. We'll see that in a minute. And 3 different take profits. You can also do different stop types. I like fixed, but you maybe like auto break even or auto trail. If you hit the little question mark, it will drop down and tell you more about those. So this is to replicate the Tradovate Super Dom as closely as possible. So I'm going to put in an order here, and you'll see it did 3, and then it placed my ghost orders. Here's my 3 stops. This is why I separate them by a tick each, because maybe I want to adjust them individually. Here's the take profit, and the 30 point is way down there. Okay. So that's how you enter your orders. You just left click on the left here for the ask, and you left click here on the bid to buy. Okay. So let's turn off the automated strategy. So let's say I was going to do 1 contract. If I was to put an order here and an order here, either which one gets hit first. So if price comes down to this one, I'm long. If price goes up to this one first, I go short. So if price comes up to this one, it's going to get me into a short. If price travels all the way back down here, that is my take profit. If price opens up and comes down here and activates this order, I am long. And if price travels back to this one, that'll be my exit and my take profit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to 3 contracts here. I'm going to exit all of those. We're going to replay Monday. So if you were with us live on YouTube or Zoom, you'll know that we traded this day very well. Battle plan trade was this trade here for about a 70 pointer. It eventually got there overnight. If you traded with us on YouTube or Zoom, you'll know that we were talking about taking a positional short here with your stop above Friday's close, which was about 06. So let's let this thing play out a little bit. And somewhere in here is where I start talking about taking a positional short at about 97. So I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what we talked about. I'm going to put in a positional short with my ATM strategy, and then I'm going to press the space bar. Now we're playing and everything is now working. Now I turned off my ATM strategy. That stinks. So let's go back and replay. This is a simulator. I'm going to turn back on my ATM strategy. Let's hit restart because I wanted my ATM strategy on. This is what practicing on the weekend is about, is refining your system. Okay. So I forgot to turn on the ATM strategy. So let's go turn it back on. Who cares? So this is where we're watching price and okay, if we're interested in a positional short about 97 with your stop above 06 or so. So let's go ahead and put it in here at 97 where we were talking about it. These could be adjusted, but I know by hindsight that that trade works just as it is. And there's your take profits. So it already got you out of one, and here's one contract. So if I move this, it's going to move it on my chart. If I move it on my chart, it's going to move it on my DOM. Do you see that? That's pretty nice. Taking your profit before the next strong level is usually a really good idea. So let's just keep the take profit there. You press the space bar to pause the candles from printing. You press the space bar to continue. You'll also notice, for people who've used the homework, that the way the candles print now are a little more realistic. So we're on a 3-minute chart. You can see that up here at the top right, but I'm using the 1-minute candles to actually print out the 3-minute. So the way they're printing out is much more realistic of how they actually printed. And I really like that. I think that's really cool. I'm going to go ahead and hit the up arrow a few times to increase the speed of the replay just to get it done. And if you had a remaining contract, it'll get you out at the very end of the day. And it will show you what you would have made on ES, what you would have made on MES, what you'd have made on NES. If you're a full member, you can share on Discord, or you can copy or download the chart and add it to your journal. You can trade the day again, or you can go and trade the next day. So there's 2 things here that are important. One, if you are thinking about doing a Tradovate account and you want to practice on the DOM without any commitment, this is very exactly the way you trade it. If you wanted to trade the NES Nano contract and practice the 3 contract system, you can do that as well. If you wanted to play with the ATM strategies, you can do that also. Now, if you're not a member and you play with this, you still can. Go to microstrader.com. At the very top, there's a link that says NES Trading Simulator. If you want to come and play this, free to you, no charge. There are some things missing. You're not going to see our strong levels. You're not going to be able to post to Discord, but you have the same functionality to practice trading the NES Nano contract or practice the Tradovate DOM. Thank you for being a member. Hopefully you love this update. I'll see you in the group.